When you're in exam conditions, it's very easy to just glance at a question and think you must understand it and go into the answering process full guns blazing. But what you've got to make sure you do is take the time to read the question carefully, because there will be some key information in the question that you need in order to answer it. And if you miss some of that, then you're likely to get the answer wrong. So if we look at some examples of this, we've got question 3. So in this particular question, you've got to swap some of the letters around in these two words to create a new word. So if you don't read that carefully, then you could be looking like a combination question, or trying to see, if the last letters of this word and the beginning letters of this word can be put together, like we have in some other questions. So always make sure that you read it very carefully and make sure that you've understood the question before you try to answer it. In question 9, there's something similar, because it's asking you to remove one letter from one word to move it around to the other word and have them both make sense. So again, if you're looking at it without reading the question properly, there's all sorts of things that you might think you have to do just looking at two words. So always make sure that you read it carefully, because if you get that wrong, you could end up, not quite swapping them round correctly or anything, and that way you probably wouldn't get the right answer. Again, the same occurs in question 14, because what it's asking you to do is find a word that means the same as the first word and rhymes with the second. And again, if you don't read that, then given what questions have come previously in this exam paper, you may think you have to do the exact same thing. And that's not the case here. So you've got to make sure that even though you've had a series of questions all asking the same thing for different words, every time you must read the question, because at any point the wording could change and what they're looking for could change. So the most important thing that you can do, especially in an exam paper just called word puzzles, because they're all going to be relatively similar, is make sure that you understand absolutely everything that the question is asking you to do before you try to answer it.